friends, and welcome to the new video. This time we are gonna be talking about some books I read in the month of January. I felt like I read absolutely nothing this month, but somehow I have this pile, and I also listened a few audiobooks. So in total I actually read 12 books this month, which is actually kinda little for me because I read about 200 books a year. But we have been in reading a slump since November, so 12 is very good. And if you're new here, hi, I'm Suvi and I'm studying to become a librarian and I like reading. And K-pop, those are the two things I talk about here on my channel, so if you like those things, maybe consider subscribing my channel. Okay, before we get into the books I read this month, I have something very exciting to share with you guys. So, last year I joined a writing competition and I ended up being one of the winners for it, and I think this is the book. This just arrived as I was starting to film this video, so let's open it together. Yes, it is it. I haven't seen this book in real life yet. I have been dreaming about writing my own book for the longest time, so having my short story in a book like this is just so insane. Oh my god, where is it? Oh, there it is! Look at it! So, Books on Demand Finland and Lukuboost 1.5 project, which is hoping to get the young people to read more. They did a writing competition about how to get your life to the next level in 15 minutes a day. And you could write basically anything, a short story, article or anything. But the book is now available in, I think, all bookstores in Finland. I will put more information about the book in the comments, I think, or the description box if you are interested in reading it. But yeah, I'm super excited. Okay, should we now get into the books I read this month? I'm just gonna start in the whatever order the books are in right now. So first is Lunar Boy. It's about Indu, who is a boy from a moon. He feels like he doesn't belong ever since his adoptive mother and he moved from this spaceship they were living at to live on Earth. He has a new family, school, he feels like everyone thinks he's weird, he doesn't fit in, and he just feels very different. While having a hard time, he calls back to the moon asking to take him back there. The moon answers to him and promises to bring him back on the first day of the new year, but as the time starts going on and things start changing and Indu is no longer sure if he wants to go back or not. And I really loved this book. I love the art, it's very beautiful, very colorful. I stayed up like until 1 AM to finish reading this because it was so good. It was so really heartwarming story and I really enjoyed it. And I really loved the characters and everyone is very human and relatable and real. Yeah, I just really loved this one. I would highly recommend to anyone. I just realized all of these are either comics or manga and I love that. So the next one is Breaks Volume 1 and I really enjoyed this one. I honestly don't really know how to put breaks into words. It's about Cortland Hunt who has made some dangerous mistakes. I forgot the other character's name as well, Ian Tanner, and they have like a very serious school violence issue and I feel like I have nothing to say about the books because I didn't plan anything, because I was supposed to film this video tomorrow, but for some reason the sun is out. I haven't seen the sun since like October last year, so we are taking all the advantage of that and filming today because of the lighting. So it's basically just enemies to lovers with these characters. I really liked it. I do have one complaint though. The font in this book is so incredibly small that I had to be reading it like this. Yeah, I don't know. Would recommend, okay? Okay, the next one we have is Play It Cool Guys by Kokone and Nata, which is a manga about these guys who are very cool. Literally, even the back of the book says, enjoy watching these clumsy dudes try to act cool all day, every day. And it was literally exactly that, and I had so much fun reading this. It's very short as well. it was a great time. I don't really have anything else to say about it. The next book we have is Ghost Roast, which is about Chelsea Grant, who has had a bit of a rough time at school because of her father's business, which is literally a paranormal? How do you pronounce that? Is that correct? Paranormal? There are too many R letters. Removal business. But finally this year she has managed to make friends with the popular crowd at her prestigious high school, and things are looking good until things go actually very wrong. She gets in a bit of trouble, and as a punishment her parents make her work at her father's business. The worst thing is that she doesn't believe in the paranormal, except she can see the ghosts. And this was really fun. I did find it a bit predictable, but I think the ghost element really evened that out. This too has really pretty coloring and stuff. There are some pages that have like more text than there's picture, which I find really annoying in comics, but that's just my personal preference. Yeah, it was a really good time. Honestly, maybe it's just me, but I never had any interest in being one of the cool people in school. Imagine the attention, my worst nightmare. So if my dad had a paranormal removal service, I would be so excited. Like, imagine, that would be so cool. So Dad, if you're watching this and maybe thinking about changing your career, maybe consider ghosts. But yeah, really enjoyed this one and I would really highly recommend it. The next one is the manga My Love Mix-Up. There's also a Japanese drama about it, and I have seen the drama before reading this, and that's partly why I finally started reading this. And I think there's also a Thai version now. I haven't seen that one. So My Love Mix-Up is about Aoki, who has a crush on this girl in her class who sits next to him, and one day they are doing an exam and he has forgotten his eraser. So he asks to borrow one from her, and she borrows it to him, and turns out that she has a crush on this another boy in their class and has written his name with a heart on the eraser. But Aoki drops the eraser, and the boy whose name is on the eraser is the boy sitting in front of him, and he picks it up and notices it, and now thinks that Aoki has a crush on him. And I just think it's so fun and it's really cute, and I really enjoyed the first volume. Sometimes I really don't like reading books of stuff I have already seen, like the movie or series, or the other way around. I feel like I will always love the original one I saw first or read first more, but I think this is one of those cases where it does work because it's just so lighthearted and fun, so it doesn't really matter that you already know what's gonna happen because you're just having such a good time. I would highly recommend My Love Mix-Up, especially the Japanese drama. Okay, so the next one we have is The Land Before Time Management, ADHDinos, which I really enjoyed. It's this collection of short comics about this dino with ADHD. It was really funny and very relatable, and I actually think I wrote my review on Goodreads that I am in this book and I don't like it. Literally every page I was like, oh, that's so me, hahaha, which is so funny to me because it's about dinos and I'm terrified of dinosaurs. I don't know why, but me and dinosaurs, just no. But this is like, they're cute, okay? I can give them that. Next one is also non-fiction comic book. It's Lavender Clouds, which is about neurodivergent and mental health. Anyways, let's move on. And it's just about living a life with autism, ADHD, and mental health issues. And yeah, it's just about like how life is really hard, and it feels like they're always going to be hard, but it's also really like hopeful about it, and doing things on your own time because it's your own life. Yeah, would highly recommend this one as well. It was really nice. And the last physical read we have is The Summer Hikaru Died, Volume 4. I'm obsessed with this manga series. It's so good. There is just something about horror manga that I love, even though I'm not really a big fan of the horror genre otherwise. And this book is about Yoshiki and Hikaru, who are friends. And one day Hikaru goes up this mountain and Hikaru comes back, except it's not Hikaru, it's something else. But Yoshiki misses his friend, so he's like, okay, you are my friend. And there's also other paranormal activity happening in their town, and they're kinda trying to figure out what's happening. And I was just telling my friend about how I love the series, but in the first 3 volumes, literally nothing really happens. It's just about the characters, but the characters are interesting, so I don't really mind it, but I would also like have something happen in the story. And then I started reading this right after, and I was like, oh, sorry, I spoke too soon. The things are happening now. And the cliffhanger this book ends. I don't know how I'm supposed to wait until the 5th volume is out. Highly, highly, highly recommend this series. I really love it. Even though it's horror, it's not like extreme. It's scary in a way that you're not scared. Does that make sense? I don't know, probably not. But yeah, I really like the series. Would love to chat with you guys about it if you have read it, so let me know. So we had 2 more books to go, and they are the audiobooks I listened. The first one is The City in Glass, and it's about this demon who loves this dazzling city of Azril, and she has looked after and like built the city into what it is. Then one day the angels come and the city falls, and she's left with nothing but memories and this book of the names of the people she lost, and an angel who is now bound to her by her curse. I really liked the idea of this book, but I just really couldn't get into the story, and I didn't really like any of the characters. There is just something about the author's writing that I really enjoy, even though I didn't really enjoy the story itself. Yeah, I think it was really interesting. I think maybe if I had read it as a book instead of listening to the audiobook, I would have enjoyed it more. And the last book I read this month was The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. It's about this unnamed island where things disappear, like hats and ribbons, birds, roses and stuff. There are of course those few who remember those things that have disappeared, and they live in the fear of the memory police who are making sure that the things that have disappeared stay forgotten. I really wanted to like this book as well, but I just didn't really. Maybe it's because I have ADHD, but it just felt like living my normal life, what I was reading about, and not this dystopian world, because if something is not right in front of me, it's forgotten. I didn't really understand the panic and grief over losing things when you forget them, because that's just my daily life. So, but I do like the idea, especially the ending was really interesting, and I really enjoyed that. So that was everything I read in the month of January, and it was a really good reading month, even though I was really a bit struggling with the reading slump, but I really enjoyed all the books I read, and so this is hoping for a good reading year overall, and I'm so excited to read new books this year. So thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. I would love to hear what's your favorite book you read in the month of January, if you read any of the books I read, or if you have read them previously, and I would love to hear your thoughts about them, and also maybe check out the book where my short story is in. I would really appreciate that. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!